Okay, it is Monday morning. We have a project that we are going to be working on. This ripper was actually for sale because we were going to try and buy a 2700, and this is a 510. So basically, it's just newer model, same thing. But basically, what the new one would have is it gets rid of these joined discs, and they would have individual discs instead, so it's easier to work on. Because these bolts that run through these discs end up breaking, which you can see that one's not right. They eventually get rounded out, and then these discs kind of cut a hole right through it after just years of wearing. And we replaced one 2 years ago on this, and then we had this one go out, and so we're gonna do this one now. It's called an arbor bolt, and it's just a long bolt that runs through it. But it's kind of a pain in the butt to do, so I'll show you how you do it.
You got all your extensions right there. Far off, right?
Yep, I think so. Yeah. It's moving the whole forklift. Back to the hammer. I didn't think it would move the forklift. I was getting it out with that. It's just slow. But once I get past that first one, it should go easier. Here, put some pressure on it and I'll smack it.
Where'd it break? Just on the very end? Yeah. These ropes, it's bent.
There it out.
Maybe back. bearing went out, then we got.
Might have to cut this. Hello, we have some parts in for this ripper to finish the job. I think there's a lot of stuff we had to get. We have our bolt set up, you can see that, and then we're reusing some of the discs and some of these parts, but we got to press some bearings first. Got some new spools, a few new discs, new bearings. So hopefully we have everything ready to go, and then we're going to try and reassemble it. One thing is I had this, I wasn't sure where it went. Looked it up. It's actually supposed to look like no, it's supposed to look like this. But like I said, it looks like this. Yeah, so this wore down quite a bit. So this is one of our bearings. I don't remember if I showed this or not. So I gotta fix this. So I had to buy these things, flanges, to go around the bearing, because you can see it tore into it. But so I gotta rebuild this, and then there's a piece of metal that goes through the bearing, and the bearing rolls on that we don't have. Which I think we ordered it, but they just didn't give us it. So I'm just gonna do this quick though. Okay, I got this one assembled. We had to use some carriage bolts that we actually had. Must have pulled off something else. But on the back I had to reuse, well, I could reuse 2 of these, but I had to make 2 washers and regular nuts, but did the trick. Kind of touches the casing, but should be okay. But as you can see there, it kind of got into the main part of it. There we go. Yeah, it got into the main part, but the flange stays solid, so that's just the housing, so the bearing spins inside of it and it should be fine. So I can't spin that. There we go. So you can see the bearing spins inside of that. This all stays put, so should be okay. So you'll have to drop it with the forklift. Okay, I'll go up. I would only do like one little nudge, maybe. Yeah, I don't want to press it. Yeah. good.
Even sound like this. Got nothing up there to change.
Just hooking it up.
I don't know. Jesus, it won't go back. Ah. What the f? We can't even change the f***ing belt.
This one?
Yeah. Oh my god. Let's unhook the f***er, take it home. Put the bean head trailer in here. I can't believe this. Jesus. Well, I mean, we're ready to go. We had everything ready to go. We've been sitting around twirling our bums last week. I better call Dan, eh?
We try. Loose, actually. Maybe it's the
That
other
might
side.
mess.
Maybe it's the other side that's stuck. Alright.
I think that motor's like a shit.
Yeah, I think so too, because it doesn't even look like it's trying.
Because it should be. Why would it just be in there sitting in the yard?
I don't know. It's just how she goes.
Unless there's a shear pin up in there that's sheared. That's something that we can tear apart if they have a piece. I mean, what?
I'll start looking at it.
That'd be a hard piece to get at. It's up inside, under, up by the fuel tank. I think when you shut it, it makes that noise. Then when it's clear shut, you're still holding that
We got a bean fill
switch. It does make that clicking sound. So it must be a ratcheting thing that it is closed.
All it does is go.
We should try unhooking this and see if this piston moves in and out. This bolt.
Yeah,
How do
could.
you do that?
I don't know what size that is. Maybe it
Looks like a 15.
You might want to just grab the whole set because the gun's there. The Milwaukee.
Switch the belt.
And then I grabbed the whole set.
Okay.
Yeah, let me figure out what size it is.
15, I think.
18.
Check it out. Open in.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, because I'm going to try and tear it apart for me. He's pretty sure they got that. He's yeah, that motor.
Need a hammer. That's in there.
Just when we tell him done, I can lift up on it.
Might be able to turn it out. There we go.
I knew you'd have it up when I got here.
Try pushing that button. See if it moves. It's the switch that is like a star or something, or a sun.
Okay.
Looks like something like that. Okay, there it goes. It's working.
What the hell? You know what it is? There's something locking that thing from.
Yep.
There's a locking pin someplace that we're missing.
Or it's corroded shut or something. Push that button. I need to line it back up.
Well, someone said it works now. He's maybe it's jammed.
Okay, that's good. I got it.
What do you want me to tell JR, son? I'm gonna talk to him.
I think it's just jammed.
Yeah, he took that bolt on the bottom there, JR, you know, of that ram. And we can make the ram go in and out with that switch. Yeah, so let's just take the forklift and kind of raise up on it or something.
Yeah, maybe we just need to break it loose.
That's what Dan said right away. He said, "Boy, if you can just kind of wiggle that, you know." I said, "Well, you tap down a little bit with the."
Yeah.
I'll grab the forklift, Grandpa, and then you push the switch when I kind of do a little bit of.
I don't think a forklift's going to be the right answer. We're going to do more damage. What's going to happen?
Is this gonna help? I push up. I almost got to pull.
I feel like you gotta push down.
Raise it up. Raise it up.
Push down on it.
Raise it up from the bottom.
That's what I thought.
Raise it up.
It kicks like that.
There.
There it goes. There it goes.
You gotta go all the way up. How'd it work?
Yeah. Outside.
Yep.
That's right.
Oh, there's something dropped.
So now it ain't doing nothing.
Something is. Oh, it's the pins are locked now.
Yeah, the pins are locked now. Oh, you get the belt?
Yeah.
Okay, now you
All that.
You gotta go back up because this is really tight. There we go.
Okay. What the hell?
I'm gonna cycle it.
Yeah, so is that where you want your weight and moisture?
Well, I don't know about weight. I have no idea.
I don't think it matters. I think it's just asking like,
Number
where
weight.
where it's going to put these painting marks.
Alright. Yeah, that's
It says push button. It's already in the field. He threw a corn cob in there.
So when we tested the heads, I never did that before. I wonder if it's something like that. combine. It was like 50 cents. But it is going to be scrunched up because there's no damn fast. 14.1 it says. I think it's because I went through a patch. The combine reads 11.4, but that was 14.1.
That was
And they're just,
basically in the field.
it does have a lot of these.
Well, I did go to that little patch. I don't do it to the headman and then test it. Let's just do that. You want to ride, Grandpa, for the headlamp? Want to ride?
Yeah.
It's stuck.
If I pull the end, thing there and turn around up there.
Okay, yeah.
We have officially started harvest of 2022, and you can see we're started on soybeans first. This is the first field that we have that's dry, potentially. That's what we're testing now. And I guess for non-farmers, I should say that, so basically grain has to be at a certain moisture so that it doesn't spoil when you put it in storage over the winter time. If there's too much moisture, it'll rot. So we're kind of just waiting and seeing if this is dry enough, and then if it is, we are going to, keep going. But yeah, we gotta wait and test these, and then if they're dry enough, we'll keep going. I don't know what I'm saying. But if this is dry enough, basically our harvest and our busy time has begun. However, we don't really have another field that's dry besides this one that we're at. So it might be a while, so we might just do this field, which will take probably a day. Once we're done with this field, we might be sitting for just a few days. It doesn't take long. We got some nice weather, so with the heat, it just doesn't take too long to dry out the grain, and then it's ready before you know it. So that is kind of the process we are dealing with, but these are our first passes, so this is kind of just testing everything to make sure it is good to go. And as you can see, we are still getting kinks out of our combine for whatever reason. We took it to our local John Deere dealership to have it inspected, which we don't do usually, but we did do it this year. Not only that, is we went through it a second time ourselves and did the same maintenance that we usually do. And so we ran everything. We worked on this bean head for freaking ever. That's just the way she goes, though. Things don't always work out. So right now I'm just pulling this bean trailer and following the combine, because once I get to over there, I can kind of loop it around and then park it in the field. Actually, I think if I beat him, there's room enough to turn it around, so kind of just rambling at this point. So let's just see where the moisture's at.
11.1.
I'm wondering if there isn't a bearing going on back here. This has this winding noise, like a dry bearing or something. But you can only hear it when it's running outside, but when you're behind it, I don't know. It might be nothing. Was I not recording? So we just got into the field. I just pulled our first set of wagons in, and Dad called me on the radio and said that he thinks he's gonna quit. God dang! Back up. But he thinks he's gonna quit because on the other side of this field, he said he was running into some beans that were still yellow. Go ahead.
Did you unroll the tarp?
No, there's a bunch of water on them, so I kind of dried them out. So we're actually going to quit for the day. It's not the end of the world, because even though we thought this field would be ready today, I said earlier we don't have any other fields that are ready besides this one. So I guess it just gives the other fields that much more time to wait and turn, dry out. Gotta wrestle these things. Come on. Come on. Gonna fight me the whole day long. So now, if we wait and get going in a day or two, once we do get going, we'll have a little more consistency in our running, because the other fields might be more mature by the time we get to them. How it's supposed to do. Before I get too far ahead of myself, it's always a good idea to check these, make sure they're shut, and also there's no water in there. As you can tell by me saying that, we've left them open before. Then the grain just falls on the ground.
Yeah, that south headland, I didn't hardly do any, because it's got green leaves. They're only about this tall.
Yeah.
I don't know why they ain't even maturing. But you know, you can see a yellow spot there. Like 90% of them I can get. I was wondering, maybe you should just, I think I could probably start down there and do the short rounds here. That looks all pretty good. And I don't know, take Grandpa and have him bring a pickup. And then if he thinks I could keep running, well then, at least I got a pickup here.
Okay.
Well, I am pretty full. See, it says I only have 200 some bushel, and there's almost, that hopper holds 400.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we're gonna do with that yield counter. I've been messing with it. I don't know how to. You know what I should have done?
These wagons are pretty accurate. So once you get 601 and it's full, then you can adjust it to 600.
Well, see, the factory was different. See, it was on 366, so then I went to 555, and then it went down to T. And then I went 444, and then it was still like 20s. And then, okay, so I went like 288, and then it was like in the 40s and 50s. So I don't know. I should have brought the grain truck, weighed it, took it back home, dumped it in the bin, and we went back home and weighed it, and then I go by that scale ticket. That's the only way we can do it.
Yeah. So I am out in this field we've been working on for the past, I think 3 days now. Yeah, I think it's been 3 days. But I just got out here with some wagons again. So far we've pulled off one full set of wagons, and then yesterday we did a wagon and a half about. Today we're gonna get another full load and actually finish this thing. They're finishing up over here. You see the combine. Grandpa's just about to fill up the wagon right now with some grain, and she's gonna be ready to rock and roll. And then we'll move to a next field and struggle through wet beans maybe. I don't know. But we finally kind of struggled through a whole field. So we got her done. Almost, I should say.
Can't find a single thing that looks wrong. Yet nothing runs. Not even the augers.